What's up, my onions? My name, Jake Allen Graham. Welcome to my channel. And, it's a nice day out. Very sunny out and warmer than it's been for me outside quite recently. I just know it's a nice day out just now. I'm getting distracted. The sun's very bright. Okay, I think I want to make a video on a review. I just can't remember what I was wanting to talk about for a video. I think I'll talk about a review on The Dark Knight Rises from 2012. Yeah, I'm giving that a 10 out of 10 for a good, goofy popcorn, buttery goodness fun of a movie. It keeps you on the edge to see this constant action, little story, but awesome's explosion. Pretty sexy women like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. You know, she doesn't get the name Catwoman. She's called Cat Burglar in the movie, or Selena Kyle. So, you know this, but you know, she has a sexy cat costume, tight cat costume she wears in the movie. Good cat costume. It makes her look more prettier than she is. It's like that Catwoman movie magic is back. Catwoman has another live action since being played by Halle Berry last time. Is played by a more, well, beyond talented actors than Halle Berry is because Anne Hathaway is a better actor than Halle Berry. That's what I think. Okay, so even though her Catwoman costume isn't as pretty as skin revealing and tight as Halle Berry's costume, it's still very feminine and attractive, and it got that classic Catwoman tone to the reimagining of the Catwoman costume for the Nolan trilogy in the third outing of the Nolan. They saved the best for last within the Nolan trilogy. The trilogy of Nolan that Nolan started with Batman Begins kind of ends here, and the third installment is definitely the best, I think, in the Nolan saga, because it just throws you right in the action, and it just, you know, it does. Okay, it starts to fall apart at the end where Bane's not the main antagonist to the protagonist. He's not the man behind the curtain. That would be Talia, Fraser's daughter. And it does fall apart narrowly there here at the end. But other than that, it was a pretty fun movie. Solid 10 out of 10. I mean, as a Batman fan and as a movie buff fan, this is the best in the Nolan saga that he directed and put out. Why I give Popcorn movie a 10 out of 10 as a DC fan and as a movie fan. This is the best Batman movie that Christian Bale started and played Batman. And I love how this movie really ups the stakes in the movie and the story. At the end, like when the Batman actually needs to save Gotham and everything's going to hell without his protection in the city, and you know, before he escapes the prison, you see like how desperate Batman's trying to make the jump multiple times before he makes it without the rope and makes the jump and escapes the prison cell that was Bane's prison, run by Bane. So I enjoy this. movie. Yeah, Tom Hardy and Christian Bale's Batman voice and Tom Hardy's Bane voice are as silly as each other's voice, and when they hear both of them, they feel like they're trying to meet their top each other's performance with being more silly of a voice into the role of these iconic characters, which can kind of sometimes break the illusion of making the movie feel somewhat real and more like a movie. Feels like you become aware that this is more of a movie and less of a illusion, and less giving away into the illusion of the movie of it being real life feeling. Like you're in the movie, sometimes it feels like it breaks the illusion, their voices, of giving into the suspension of disbelief of this movie. Was Christian Bale's Batman voice and Tom Hardy's Bane voice. That sounds like a pregnant Sean Connery in labor that water just broke. If men could get pregnant like the Junior movie showed with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Batman sounds like he's borderline obese and needs to drink more fluid in his diet and try to put more fiber in his diet because he sounds constipated a little when he's doing his Batman voice. He should drink more water and more fiber have in his diet. Maybe he'll sound normal then. Batman with his voice. This is what I think. Then maybe he should try some throat lozenges. Cherry flavor, I recommend wild cherry throat lozenges, or the stronger ones you might need. He sounds a little like he's congested with a sinus infection. How menacing of a Batman we got. The best actor, who I mean sincerely, to play Batman in history. Not the best performed Batman, the best actor who played Batman in history. In terms of being a flexible actor, he's the best actor out of all of them. But not the best Batman performance, I think. That goes to Michael Keaton. Granted, he's not as talented flexible actor as Christian Bale is, but Christian Bale brings it into a new level of camp that George Clooney wished he could bring it to. Of pathetic, lazy man coming, sounding out of breath, congestion, suffering congestion with a sinus infection. Maybe he needs to get his tonsils removed. I know that's what I sound like before I got my tonsils and adenoids removed and my uvula shaved down in one surgery. Now I sound much more peachier and clear. Maybe Batman needs to get that surgery too. That's fanboy speculation why he sounds like that by the third installment in the Nolan trilogy. Fanboy explanation about Batman's character, why he sounds like that. Sounds like just a non-natural progression where he started and Batman Begins. With the voice. The silly voice. But my God, it's so charming and jolly sounding. Like Santa Claus. His Batman voice sounds is quite jolly. Like, Bane's voice. Like, I'm Batman. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. I'm not wearing hockey pants. I'm Bane, and you've been naughty. Just imagine those jolly voices. It's fun to do impersonation of. Batman's quite the comedian in this movie. Makes funny remarks or jokes when he says the line, so that's what it's like when he sees Catwoman appears on him and ditches him. That was a funny gag. Lots of the gags are like that in this movie. Quirks of comedians. These jokes. This is definitely the most funny shoehorn in juvenile humor into the Dark Knight trilogy than the first two ones, where the primary more serious and less humorous. This one incorporates humor, but it still takes the plot seriously in a metaphor way. But you, the audience, won't take it seriously. If you're smart, like me, you just think it's a hoot at a minute. That means funny. Haha. This is spectacle. This movie is a giant spectacle bone porn movie. Like the fireworks on 4th of July. Like 4th of July fireworks, this feels like a watching. And just as memorable and as important and pointless to your life. Other than to waste time and get drunk off your ass. Or like stoned. Or both. If you want to do both. Perfect way to waste your life other than doing important stuff with your life, like working. Or doing a job or something, you know? But it's a fun way to waste your life. Pointless fun. That's what The Dark Knight Rises is. 2012 flick. I approve this 10 out of 10 movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. The Dark Knight Rises 2012 flick. My house is dry. I gotta get water. I have rinse a little, you know? Anyway, that's my review on The Dark Knight Rises 2012 movie. Hope you enjoyed this movie, my audience. Bye-bye. That's my review by me, Jake Allen Graham, on The Dark Knight Rises 2012 movie. Gets a 10 out of 10. Subscribe to my video and like this video with a thumbs up. Next time, I'll review something else on this channel. Till next time, goodbye.